Greetings. Climate change is one of the greatest threats to our civilization in the 21st century. It is also one of the most complex problems that our species has ever encountered, and in order to rise to the complexity of this issue, we need to show a great deal of capacity to systems thinking, but also humility, moral judgment, and cooperation. In other words, we need to be climate literate. And so there are 7 principles of climate literacy. So first of all, we need to acknowledge that climate change is real. We need to understand its mechanisms. We need to see its consequences, from biodiversity loss to flows of refugees and migrants. We need to share responsibility for what's happening on the planet. We need to avoid unfounded techno-optimism, because technologies alone won't save us. We need to take action both in the direction of adaptation to and mitigation of climate change. And finally, we need to cooperate and help those who are most endangered. Unfortunately, today's world leaders, and as well as general audience and leaders, whether it be in politics, in business, or in the media, are not that quite literate in this sense. So how can we promote climate literacy? Well, my answer is by playing educational games. So a good educational game is not just a pleasant pastime, but it's also a thing that makes us think hard, that provides us with a genuine collective dramatic experience, and that it also that allows us to test things and scenarios safely. So my friends and I, we are developing currently the game which is called Climologic, which is in fact a simulation of global development in the context of climate change. So players assume roles of national governments that have to develop the economy and at the same time fight the consequences of the economic development, which is climate change. And so our game, which is currently in the early alpha testing stage, is based on the game mechanics of our previous game, which is called Ecologic. So here I have like an English version, a playable game-in-the-box copy. So if you want to play, feel free to ask. And so I hope that with a little help from you, we'll be able to finish our work sooner and reach out for people like up to people like Donald Trump, maybe. So thank you very much.
Questions? Yeah.